via Facebook streaming, YouTube streaming, and also via Skype. Each one of you is welcome to this live streaming from our studios in Trinidad. Sutras of Vigyan Bhairav Tantra. Look at the whole world as a drama, both inside and outside. In that you will regain your original consciousness. Looking at the whole world as a drama, as a stage acting, you will regain original consciousness. The sutra says, this so-called universe appears as juggling, a picture show, and a stage acting. Be happy looking upon it so. Your inner world, outer world, the whole world is like a drama. The world is fine a stage on which we act our parts. Then you have to do the most, cause frigid claws of death may soon descend and seal your humble fate. You want to act only as a main lead role actor, hero or heroine. But there are other roles also. The roles of a villain, different roles are to be performed in a romantic or any kind of movie. So when you are on the stage, the life is a stage. And as long as you are on the stage, whatever role your director, who is your director? Your consciousness, or you can call it, you are accustomed calling God. So assigns you a role. Be not serious about it. Just perform the role. If you have not performed the role correctly, you can be out of the scene. You will not be in the cast for the next movie. There are character roles, there are main hero role, the main lead lady role, the side roles, the all kind of different roles are performed. The junior act characters is a whole set of cast that put together makes a movie. But you are accustomed, you want all the time in every scene to perform the role of a lead hero or leading lady. It is not possible. The whole world is like a drama. So do not take it seriously. If you take it seriously, looking at whatever is happening on the stage, someone may beat the actor, the lead hero, the leading lady may die, the leading man may die. Does he really die? You are like a child who seeing things happening on the stage and considers it to be reality and then suffers the pain, the imaginary pain that this happened on this stage. This is happening to me. Seriousness will force you into trouble if you take whatever is happening on this stage as a reality. The pain the suffering, the suffocation, all those things that you are seeing is being enacted on the scene. Whatever is happening on the stage is according to the script. According to the script. It is said about the Hindu scripture Ramayana, its script was written and the characters had to be enacting in accordance with the stage, in accordance with the story. At this moment, this dialogue has to be given. At this moment, the shady characters will come on the stage, will try to choke you. You have to fight with them. All these are part of the script. So too, in life, every day, whatever is happening is something, a stage drama, a stage show is going on. Seriousness will force you into trouble and you will get into trouble. Do not be serious about it. Nothing is serious. This world is a drama. The world is find a stage on which we come to act our parts, then do the most, whatever role is given to you at this particular moment, to be one of that who is suffocated, one who is, if you do it non-seriously, with all your dexterity, it will happen that you will be given a better role. When you start working in the film industry, you enter as a junior artist, sometimes as an extra. And when you are given a role and you perform it in the best possible manner, the director, the producer sees you and you are given a different role in that. I was listening to one of the movie stars who was, during his time, was very important. He is at the moment 80 years of age. He said, when I entered into the movie, I entered as an extra. So extra, that was one of the most important movie production house. So I was an extra. Someone complained that this boy wastes too much of time, squanders too much time here and there in useless talks. So the producer said, get out, I don't want to see you. Now, he sent a message to his father that this is what is happening. I am quitting the film industry and coming home. He said, the father sent him the message, come son, come back home and sit down on my lap and do nothing. Come and sit down on my lap and do nothing. When he got that message, the father did not say that if the people are insulting you, doing this and that to you, not paying respect to you, then you should quit the industry. Instead that, in his own way, instead of, if he has done at that time, that forget everything and come back home. Or say, don't worry, I'll take care of you. I will take care of you for rest of life. Instead of that, he used that way, come back home and sit down on my lap and do nothing. When he read that message, he called his makeup man and he said, put on the makeup. So the makeup man said that the producer said that you have to be out, so I cannot do. So he said that I encouraged that you put on the makeup for me and I will handle the rest of the thing. So with the makeup for this scene, he went and he stood at the doorstep of the producer. The producer came out and he saw him dressed in such a beautiful, exactly how the scene required. He said, come back, come inside. He went. After that, for the same production house, he made so many movies and he became the leading actor of his time, 70s. He was the leading actor. So what happened that there, he entered as an extra, but the way he performed on the stage, he was given the lead role. And you are given a lead role and you are so fed up of that, that God says, okay, go ahead and forget about everything. There is nothing, no role for you. You cannot perform this role properly. Leave that and earn the... Chachaji used to say, someone asked, how many times I should come to visit you? He said, at least every month. Once in a month. If not once in a month, then once in 2 months. If not, once in 3 months. If not, once in 6 months. If that is not possible, then at least once in a month. Then he said, if that is not possible, then forget about everything. Go and earn your worldly life. Live that there. Forget about spirituality. That is not for you. If you can look at the whole world as a drama, you will regain your original consciousness. The dust gathers because you are so serious about it. When something is happening like a child, you run. That I cannot take on this anymore. How can the role of a director or something else is given to you? Every day when I am in the store, from morning till lunchtime, there is no customer coming in because we are a specialized store, not dealing in a supermarket like any other merchandise. At times it happens that we cannot meet our commitments, but the trust is there. This is a stage on which we are performing. I have to perform my role as a managing director, as a purchasing manager, as a finance person for the finance. Everything with all my dexterity, all my intelligence, and yet still take care of the babies who send me the message every time that this is what is happening, that is happening. I am engrossed in my own problems. I forget that and start looking at the others. So when I am performing that role better, and the director sees it, this man is performing the role better, he is given a higher assignment. And this is what is happening from various... If you look at your life, your assignments keep on changing. If you perform it with totality, only then you are given a bigger assignment. How do you expect me to give you a bigger assignment when you cannot even perform the ordinary role given to you with all your capabilities? First and the foremost thing is discipline. Without the discipline, you cannot excel in any field. Discipline means, first thing is time. The time is this. The opening of reaching to your workplace is this time. You reach at your own convenience, unless there is an arrangement. Yesterday I had to go elsewhere to do, so I realized that I may not be able to reach in time for opening the store. So I asked my assistant that you come and open the place, because I may not be able to reach. I had to go to make a collection. If I do not collect, there is no funds coming in. Then I have to pick up some medicines, so I have to go there. The office there opens 10 o'clock, so I asked the person, I will be able to reach before time. So he said, I will come 10 minutes before. I said, okay, but the person did not turn up. So this is the role that I have to perform. As a business, I must have merchandise in the store, properly displayed. When the order comes in, it has to be delivered in time. Then there was an order to be delivered. So I went to make the delivery of that order. Then collection is important. Collection is not enough. It has to be deposited, the money, the checks to be deposited in the account, so that the account has the funds to dispense to the respective persons. You don't see anything on my face. And this morning a customer had called that she wanted some things and asked me what time you will reach. So I said I will reach by 9:30. He said I would prefer to get something before. I said okay, I'll reach there before by 9:15. He said I will send someone to collect that item. But at the same time, this talk is here. I have to reach 9:15. It is Christmas season, there will be traffic. Then I have to prepare the breakfast and lunch and all those things. Should I grumble about it or do it joyfully? There is pain sometimes, there is something there. Everything has to be performed. If you can look at the world as a stage on which you are given a role to perform, and if you do it properly, you regain your original consciousness. Original consciousness is not something that you go in any department store and you buy a packet of original consciousness and comes. As you perform your role effectively, you regain original consciousness. Consciousness is the fragrance of your dexterity in whatever you are doing. Whatever role you are assigned at this particular moment, be it of pain, be it of suffering, be of this, be of that. Chachaji went so many difficulties, financial and otherwise. If you read his biography, you will realize that no job, no money, nothing there, and yet still there was no effect on his consciousness. At one time, the spider got squeezed between the thighs, and it got it's a poisonous, and it got abscess or something. There was no grocery in the house, no food grains, no money. He used to sit down under the tree outside the courtroom in the heat and everything. And the one whom Lalaji had sent him to learn, he was also working in the same place. He used to tell the people not to go to this man to get his application or whatsoever paperwork is to be done. So there was only dal, no, nothing there. So the tulsi leaf, tulsi is considered to be medicinal herb. So boil that and drank that. The husband and wife both. So when went through all these hardships, at no point in time is consciousness when you're sitting down in meditation, there is no effect of that hardship that he's going through. The dust gathers because you are so serious. The seriousness creates a problem. You think whatever is happening on the stage as a reality. And we are so serious that even while seeing a drama, a stage act, or a movie, we gather dust. Go to a picture house, movie house, look at the spectators. Don't look at the screen. Forget the picture. Don't look at the screen. Just look at the spectators in the movie hall. Someone will be weeping with tears rolling down the cheeks. Someone may be laughing. Someone may become sexually excited. Look at the people. What are they doing? What is happening to them? And there is nothing on the screen, just an acting. Your favorite hero in the stage, in the act, dies, you start crying that the man died and I loved him so much he died. What are they doing? Just look at the people. What is happening to them? And there is nothing on this stage acting, just pictures, pictures of light and shadow. The screen is vacant, is just, but how they get excited, how they go on crying, weeping loudly. There was a TV show going on, and in that there was a white dog, and something happens, the dog met an accident and died. My daughter was watching it. She started crying because we had a white dog also. She was crying, and it was in the night. She's crying that her dog died. How we get attached to this, whatever is happening on the stage, and that brings the pain and pleasure to you. Nothing is happening in reality. Nothing is happening to that actor. And another actor was saying, at times that there are some stunts, some, the jumping from this building to that, like when you see the Spider-Man or those kind of characters, they climbing from one roof, one building to the another, jumping from one building to another. All these are happening in reality. These are only the special effects. When they show so many things, all of a sudden the chariot went up high in the sky. All these are the special effects, sound and light. And many people have lived on the earth where they are sitting, where you are sitting. At least 10 dead bodies are buried in that space. And they too are serious like you. Now they are no more. They were serious like you, and they are no more. Where their lives gone? Dust into dust, sans wine, sans songs, and singer. Umar Khayyam's one of the couplet Rubai is, one of the line is, sans wine, sans song, dust into dust, under dust, sans wine, sans songs, and zinger. Where their problems have gone? Do you want to act wisely to get over your problems? They were fighting for a single inch of earth, and earth is there and they are no more. And I am not saying that their problems was not real problems. They were. As your problems are problems and you consider them as problems, they were serious problems of life and death. But where are their problems now. And if the whole humanity should disappear one day, the earth will be there. The trees will continue to grow. The rivers will flow. The sun will rise. The earth will not feel the absence or wonder where the humanity has gone. The earth, the sun, the moon, the plants, the rivers will not feel, where are you? Where have you gone with all that problem that you have been mentioning on a day-to-day basis? Where have you gone? Will that bother about it? Look at the expense. Look backward. Look forward. Look to all dimensions of, look at all dimensions at what you are, what your life is. It looks like a long drama, long dream, and everything that you take so seriously, this moment becomes useless, redundant next moment. Has it not happening with you? Many times you mentioned your problems, and then after some time you said, I am okay now, everything is good. Where have the problems gone? You may not even remember those. Remember your first love. Remember your first love. How serious it was. Life depended on it. Now you do not remember it at all. Sometimes it comes like a dream. It is forgotten. And whatsoever you are thinking that your life depended on today will be forgotten tomorrow. Life moves on. Life is a flux. Nothing remains. Like a deluge, like garbage, it flows into the river. It is thrown into the river. It goes with as the river flows, that too disappears. It is like a moving film. Everything changing into everything is changing into something new. This moment unfolds into the next moment. One scene moves into the next scene. But in the moment you feel very serious. In this moment something is happening on the stage and that scene is gone. But you are lost into that my dog died. That scene is gone, that screen is gone. But you are still stuck in that scene. But in the moment you feel it is very serious, you get disturbed, and the disturbance continues even after the wind has blown it out. This technique says this so-called universe appears as a juggling stage. The scenes keeps on changing. A picture show, a stage acting. To be happy, look upon it so. If you look at it as a stage that you have a performance, just look at it. When a problem comes in, are you performing the role that when you are being beaten by the villain, are you taking it seriously? That be prepared now, this man is going to beat you. This next scene, when you look at the scene, next scene is the villain will come, kick you and do all these things. Are you serious about it, or you know that this is an acting? In India, we have called this world not a creation of God, not creation. In other religions, it is called the creation. It is a game. It is a play. It is Leela. This concept of play is beautiful. because creation seems serious. God created something and that becomes serious. The Christian, the Jews, God is very serious. Even for a single disobedience, God has thrown Adam and Eve out of the Garden of Eden. And not only was thrown because of him, the whole humanity, Christians say that we are suffering for the first sin that was committed by Adam and Eve. He was our father, and we are suffering because of him. If the father did not perform the role properly, the coming generations will suffer. If father has squandered the money in the business and wealth, then the rest of the children will suffer from it. God seems to be so serious. He should not be disobeyed. And if he is disobeyed, that means he is going to take a revenge. And the revenge has been so long. The sin does not seem to be so serious. Really, Adam committed it because of God's own foolishness. God the Father said to Adam, don't go near this tree, the tree of knowledge, and don't eat that fruit. So you stopped your son, stopped Adam from eating the fruit. This prohibition, whenever you prohibit or stop someone from doing something, that becomes an open invitation. Prohibition becomes an invitation. This is very psychological. In that big garden, only that tree of knowledge became attractive to him. Adam was not attracted to any other. And Eve encouraged Adam to eat the fruit. It was prohibited. Any psychologist can say God committed an error, the initial blunder. If the fruit of the tree was not to be eaten, it was good not to talk about it. The moment you talk about something or prohibit something, don't do this, that becomes an open invitation. This is the very law of psychology. There was no possibility of Adam reaching to that tree. There were hundreds of trees in the garden. How Adam could reach that? When it was pointed out, this tree, this particular tree, and a mark was put on that, don't go near that tree or eat the fruit of that tree. If that was not told him, there was no possibility of reaching to Adam to reach to that tree, or attracted to that tree, or Eve to encourage Adam to eat the fruit of that tree. But Sufis say this was a device of God for Adam's journey of transcendence to begin. First, he prohibited him, thus he gave him the tacit invitation to go and eat the fruit of that. Then he became aware of his nakedness, became aware of all his problems. This is the way of transformation. If you are not aware of your problems, how can you overcome that? But when you are by the stage or by role of the energy field, you are made aware of your problems, you break down. Then forget about everything. Nothing will happen. Keep on pushing everything under the carpet. You will never know that the house was dirty. Keep on pushing under the carpet. And when carpet gets damaged, change it. God committed an error. The whole humanity would have been in the garden, but this saying, this order, don't eat, created the trouble. So when you come, if you don't want any problems to happen the way it happens, You break down, you feel suffocated, don't come. Just forget about it. Just as the father of that actor said when he sent him the message that I am being insulted, I have been put out. So he wanted not to make any effort or do anything. Father said, send him the message back again that come back home and you can sit down on my lap for the rest of the life. Means I will take care of you for the rest of the life. That became an encouragement to him. He put all that was in his hand, in his authority, was possible for him. And the result of that, he became the leading actor, the hero of 70s for almost 200 films that he did. Because Adam disobeyed, he was thrown out of heaven, and the revenge seems to be long. And Christians say Jesus was crucified just to redeem us. To redeem us from that sin, from the sin that Adam committed. So the whole Christian concept of history hangs on two persons, Adam and Jesus. Adam committed the mistake. Adam disobeyed. Jesus suffered to redeem us from it and allowed him to be crucified. He suffered so that Adam's sin may be forgiven. But did it seem that God has forgiven yet? Jesus was crucified, and humanity goes on suffering in the same way. You follow the Christian way. Jesus crucified, and it is said by the priest in the church that Jesus' crucifixion was to redeem us from the original sin of disobedience. Has that reduced the problems that you face on a day-to-day basis? The very concept of God as Father is ugly and serious. The Indian concept is not that of a creator. God is just a player, not serious. It is just a game. Life is a stage. Rules are there, but the rules of a game. In this game, you will come on the stage for 15 minutes. You will act in that way. And when you are kicking the main lead man, you have to make sure that he does not hurt. So a special camera effect is there. It appears to you as if he is beating and the man is crying and is all the blood is coming out from here and there. The bones are broken and he is having a plaster in his hand. Does it happen really in that? So this actor was asked that you do all these fights and all these things. He said whenever the fight is very hard fight, the director or the producer will tell you that fight is really difficult, so you will not be performing. Instead, there are duplicates, there are stuntmen who are accustomed doing those things, like a Spider-Man and a Spider-Woman or whatever, the Catwoman. So they are accustomed doing those kind of stunts. The man, you would have seen in there is a big well, the man jumps from high, they puts on the fire on his body and jumps into the well from a very height. And all these are stunt men. So he said, so some of the actors, he said, they perform those stunts on their own, jumping from one building to another, because they know they are some black belt or in karate, so they can perform that roles. Whereas others, so their role is performed by duplicates. So you need not be serious about it. Nothing is sin. only an error. And if you consider, if you remove the word sin to error, it can be corrected. Sin gives a totally a different effect. Error gives us something because you suffer because of the error, not because God punishing you. You are supposed to go to you are supposed to leave because it is a Christmas season. There will be traffic on the roads. There will be people, more commuters on the road, customers in the different shopping places. So you go at a time when there is less traffic movement. So, but I prefer to go early. The supermarkets open 7 o'clock or 8 o'clock. I will reach there for the opening time. 5 minutes wait for the doors to open. Go, no crowd, no long lineup by the cashier. Finish my job. The roads are empty. Come back and take a rest. There are others who will go during peak hours, then complain there is too much of traffic, no parking. This thing. When running the department store, I realized that the store opens from 10 o'clock until 8 o'clock or 9 o'clock in the night. From 10 to 12, when you look at the sale on Christmas Eve, is about maybe 10,000. From 10 to 1 o'clock. So by 2 o'clock or 3 o'clock, it is not more than $20,000. From 4 to 8, it crosses 100,000. There is a mad rush of customers. The stores are full. The shopping complexes are full. Car parks are full. Everybody likes that hour. But I prefer to go at a time when there is no rush. So I arrange my time in such a way. I juggle to go. I know that this so-called universe appears to be juggling, a picture show, to be happy, look upon it so. So I go at a time when there is no traffic. So I went very early in the morning because I had to go far. In the busy town. But the way I went, the way I know the traffic routes, so I just use because I was aware of that at this time there will be no traffic, so I could reach in time. If you are unhappy, you have taken things so seriously. If you are unhappy, if you are saddened, if you are suffocating, means you are taking it so seriously. And the moment you take it so seriously, your breath, you become short breath. Breath does not go deep into your solar plexus. When it does not go, you feel suffocated. And don't try to find any way how to be happy. Just change your attitude towards it. Don't go into something else that you think that this will give me happiness. No, your attitude that this is a stage acting, I have to perform this role in the best of my understanding so that next I will not be given the roles of a stunt man all the time I have to do, and the life is at a risk that anytime anything can happen, or every time the role that I am given, that of a fight man, I should be given the role of a lead hero who holds the hands of the leading woman, does the romance, dance, sings song, and all those things. Just change your attitude. You cannot be happy as long as your mind is serious or you take the things seriously. Be in a festive mood. You like to be happy. Take this whole life as a myth, a story. It is one. But once you take it this way, you will not be unhappy. Unhappiness comes when you are too serious about it. Try for 7 days. For 7 days, remember one thing, that the whole world is a drama, a stage acting, and you will not be the same again. Just for 7 days. You are not going to lose much because you don't have anything to lose or anything to gain. But you don't have anything to lose. If you break down and you die, finished. But if you do not take it seriously, within 7 days you will find that things like these vanished. You can try it. For 7 days, take everything as a drama, just as a show. These 7 days will give you many glimpses of your Buddha nature. Those 7 days will give you glimpses of your Buddha nature, of your real purity, of your original consciousness. And once you have the glimpse of that, you cannot remain the same again. I have to be very strict as far as these kind of childish things keeps on happening on a day-to-day basis. And once you have the glimpse, you cannot remain the same again. You will be happy. And you cannot conceive of what type of happiness can happen to you because you have not known what real happiness is. You have known the happiness only because of things that happened your way. You got a good husband, good man, good woman, you got a good job. No, that is not the kind of happiness. You have known only degrees of unhappiness. The degree of unhappiness less, and that you call it happiness. You have only known degrees of unhappiness. Sometimes you were more unhappy, other times you were less unhappy, and when you were less unhappy, you called it happiness. You don't know what happiness is because you cannot know. When you have a concept of the world in which you are taking it seriously, you cannot know what happiness is. Happiness happens only when you are grounded in this attitude that the world is just a play. The moment you think, you understand, and you live your life moment to moment thinking that you are acting on this stage, only then you can experience what happiness is. Try it. Do everything with a festive mood. Life is a celebration. Does not mean the person who acts in a movie, if he does his role, performs his role very efficiently, he gets a high price for it. He can demand a higher price for it, and he is given in that. So try it, everything. Until we meet again tomorrow, take care and do have a pleasant day.